I never thought there'd be a day I was reading a book about how to be a better writer, particularly a fiction writer, and what ended up happening instead was I helped my friend get responses on dating apps. I helped my friend improve their writing. So this book is the real deal, guys. And today we're going to be talking about it. So welcome to Brenda's book club, where I aggressively tell you how I feel about these books, whether you should read it or not, and some of the main takeaways that I really enjoyed. I think in terms of just writing skill only, you probably only need to read 1/3 of the book, because the first third of the book goes over snippets and stories of his life, of moments showed his love of writing. And I actually really like that part too, especially as someone who enjoys writing as well. I've always wondered what is the experience like for other writers and how did they get into their craft. It's also a great way for you to sample his writing style. So how I feel about his writing is it is so smooth, like butter. He is definitely more crass, and that's reflected of just his way of speaking, but he addresses this in the middle of the book about why he keeps his very crass way of speaking, and it makes a whole lot of sense and has literally influenced the way I write, but also how I present myself to you guys on camera, which is literally TLDR, just being myself, speaking the way I'm used to speaking with my friends, family, in an everyday life, because it's me and that's my style, and that's actually what makes you unique. As you write, do you want to sound like everyone else? I mean, you can, but it's really hard to really capture an essence, right? There's no one else who can be you. So similarly, when you write these experiences in your book, there's no one else who can see that experience or describe that experience the way that you can. So why would you try to be someone else? You're not. That being said, of course it's good to, yo geese, yo, I get it. Yes, y'all agree with me. Just y'all snap into this. What is this? Look at this. You hear that, guys? They agree with me. Of course, that's not the case for all types of writing. Obviously, if you're writing like a dissertation or a very academic paper, you don't want to be talking like a valley girl. But in this case of fiction, it matters. Style is important. Similarly to how a lot of blogs actually have their own voice to target a specific target audience. The other parts of the book that I enjoy are like omission, so literally kill your darlings, find ways to say things a lot shorter, and it gives examples. I really enjoyed the fact that he gave examples of what it looked like, and I swear, I'm gonna show you some pages. When you see the before edit and after edit, you're like, oh my god. And the other tip that I really enjoyed, which made a whole lot of sense with my writing process, is he discusses how instead of just writing, oh my god, these geese, I'm not good at multitasking. Okay, I get it, dude. You like hella yelling at your wife or something. I want to show you guys the geese. This bro is staring at me. He's the guy making so much noise. Just look at him. The one with his one leg up. Dude, why you quiet? Why you camera shy? Now that I point the camera to you, you shy now? You're making so much noise earlier. Okay. Back to business. Anyway, like I was saying. And so what I also really enjoyed about this book is that they showed kind of the before the edits versus after editing to cut it down, and it is so clear. I feel like it tickles some part of my brain. Like, what is this beautiful artistry that is just so masterful? This is the dream of being able to write like that over time with lots of practice. One of the most surprising points that kind of blew my mind was when he was talking about how like you don't need to learn new vocabulary. You will naturally pick up new vocabulary in your everyday life when you're reading, when you're writing, and when you're consuming content, and that is the natural language that you should be describing things, because why would you try to choose a different word that you're uncomfortable using? Usually when you try doing that, then the flow feels more unnatural. And if we really think about writing in its purest form, it is purely telepathy. It is the act of me communicating an idea to you with like words on a piece of paper. It's similar to how even right now, as me talking, I'm talking to you and I'm transmitting an idea into your mind. We're having a telepathic conversation. Add on to the fact that this is a video, so I'm in the past and you're in the present, you're present, and later you're in the future, you're in my future. So similar with books, it literally does the same thing. And that kind of just blew my mind, and it changed the way that I decide to want to communicate and makes writing not so much of a big deal so that you can have more fun getting creative and playful with it. The other thing he recommends is for grammar, there is a certain level of grammar that you should at least know if you want to break rules. So you learn the rules and then you break the rules, but you don't need to know grammar that much. You just need to know grammar enough so that your idea, your writing is clear. If people do not understand what you're saying and your sentence is too convoluted, then you definitely need to learn how to fix that. He recommended this book, The Elements of Style, which I've actually picked up and I've actually used for my friends dating app response, which I'm going to show you in a moment how we improved his dating app response. And tell me in the comment sections, do you not think it sounds so much better now, right? That's literally me after I just read this book and only read like a couple pages of this one. So you will immediately see the results, the benefits of reading these two books. The third part of it goes over it as a career and how he finds a literary agent and his also editing process. Oh, I need to tell you guys about the editing process that has also changed the way that I start even scripting these YouTube videos, is that the first draft is for yourself. You understand it best, and that's your best flow because you're writing nonstop in the way that you understand, in the way that you would communicate it, and that you want to talk it out. It's a very personal experience and very self-fulfilling, like it serves you, self-serving. It is self-serving. Okay, then the second draft you do, now you're thinking of it in terms of the other person and how the other person can understand it better. For example, let's say you understand something, so you didn't really describe it that much, but then you realize like you have to be really empathetic to the person receiving the information, and like they probably won't understand how you got from like A to C, so you have to insert and explain B. And then let's say you realize that you added details A, B, C, D, E, F, and you realize like this is way too much information and I can actually cut out detail D, E, F. And so those are some really great writing tips. I know they're pretty simple, but I think the value that you get a lot from this book is really seeing the examples of how he does it and his thought process behind it. And then the third part of the book is definitely just literary agent, which wasn't as relevant to me, but it was still good to know in case I ever want to publish a book one day, which is definitely on my list of side quests. And if you guys are also really into the idea of side quests, then look forward to my next video. I am probably going to be documenting what I've been up to in February. I like to talk about like main quests and then side quests to kind of enrich our lives, and it's really fun, honestly. And if you're really into that, then please click subscribe below. I would love to hear in the comments, what have you guys been up to? What are some main quests that you're working on? And then what are some side quests that you found really fun in the last month or 2 months, or even what you guys are thinking of doing next? Because life is short, guys. Just enjoy it. Touch some grass, look at some geese, talk to some strangers at the park. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye.